Hey, hi everybody. It's Renee Conkey coming to you from Water City Stamping Studio here in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and we are on at a special time. Unfortunately, I could not make it on Monday evening, so we rescheduled for today at 1 o'clock. So hopefully you guys will be able to find me, and if not, if you didn't have the time to come this afternoon, you can always catch the replay. I'm going to go ahead and share it with the VIS page so everybody can find me a little bit easier. And let's go ahead and refresh this page, and we're in the right place. So let's see. There I am. Oh, hi, Michelle. Welcome. Good. I'm glad somebody could find me. Let's see. It's not, let me go home again. And let's try this one more time because it's not letting me share. Sometimes it's a little fussy. Like a lot of fussy. Like I said, it's being a lot of fussy. Hang on one second. Let's see what's going on here. Maybe third time is a charm. Hi, Pat. Yep, third time is a charm. It's letting me share. Okay, good. I guess it's just the internet had to warm up a little bit. Okay, we're good to go. Now let's see. Let me just keep this going and so I can see your comments. Good. All right, we're good to go. Thank you for joining me today, you guys. I'm going to give you guys just a second or two, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Because like I said, I know this is just a little weird time for me to come on. But sometimes it just can't be avoided. Sometimes, you know, the best laid plans just don't always work. So if you were here, excuse me, last Friday I introduced a special pop-up class, and that pop-up class was the Thankful Garden. And because it is my anniversary month and I've been with Stampin' Up! For 28 years, I decided to do a special pop-up anniversary class, and the class will include the stamp set, the Thankful Garden stamp set, and 4 cards, 4 make and takes, all for $28. So it's really kind of a nice deal. And you get the stamp set. Hi, Gian, welcome. And you get the stamp set. So it's really a good bargain. This registration is going to go through Monday, March 31st. We are already at the end of March, which I'm okay with, totally okay with. Looking forward to April and some maybe a little bit nicer weather. I think a lot of you in the country have really nice warm weather, and I think we are like a little pocket of cold and still some snow and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera down. I don't really have any housekeeping to let you know about. If you did get the Storybook Moments class to go, everything went out. Everything is either available for porch pickup or it is shipped and on its way to you. So that's good. And if you haven't heard from me or got the email with the tutorial, just let me know and I will see what's going on. So like I said, that's all my housekeeping. Oh, no, actually, I probably should state a couple other things. The new catalog is coming out in the beginning of May. As demonstrators, because we had on stage last week, we were able to order the new catalog, so I ordered them on Tuesday, and some of you will be having catalogs, if you've purchased from me before, they will come directly from Stampin' Up! Some of you will have them come directly from me if you're local. But I have to tell you, as with everything in the world, some of the cardstock prices are increasing. So and they're kind of increasing. I think what is cardstock, $11, and I think it's going up to $14. So I'd have to double check, but it's a sizable increase. So if there's any cardstocks that you need to stock up on, you might want to stock up on it before May. So we have all of April. The in colors, the boho blue, moody mauve, wild wheat, pebbled path, and copper clay are all being retired. Anything to go along with those colors will be retired as well. So you're going to want to stock up on those as well if those are some of your favorite. Hi, Judy. Welcome. I'm sorry if I'm missing your names. I'm not seeing it. Thank you for sharing. Hi, Marcia. So you might want to stock up on those retired in colors. But like I said, you might want to stock up on regular colors because the price is going to increase. Other things, not so much, but the cost of cardstock has gone up. So unfortunately, like everything, it's so true, but like everything, they will be going up. I think ink pads and markers are basically staying the same. I really would have to double check. I know I don't have my catalog in my hot little hands yet. It's coming this weekend, so I will be able to get that list and let you know, but I just wanted to give you a little forewarning. So let's go ahead and I have 2 projects for you that will coordinate with your class. Now, the projects that we're going to make are not included in the class, but I wanted to show you other things that you could do with this Thankful Garden. So let me show you what's in the class for the $28 and the add-ons that you can get. And then we'll make 2 extra projects. And then on Friday, I have a couple more projects using other parts of the Thankful Garden paper, just so, you know, a little extra inspiration. So I'm going to go ahead, turn the camera down. Okay, and let's flip that. You can see a little bit of my messy desk. But what else is new? Let's get this stuff out of here. You can see a lot of bit of my messy desk. You know what? I think my camera must have shifted here. Oh, let me wait until this is, oh, this Facebook did it to us again. Let's see, and I don't think I can even go any lower. Hang on, I'm just going to wait until we catch up here. But what I'm seeing is, let's see, let's do this again. What I'm seeing is like that distance stuff. So Facebook is not letting me get close. So you can see how I'm working here. I'm going to put my camera down. Hang on, you're going to get a little dizzy or nauseous or something with what I'm going to do right now. Let me pull this. Oh, I hate this. Because I want you to be able to see what we're doing. Why do they do this to us? Okay. Wow. Okay. You know, you can see my outline, and, you know, everybody, this is like a little insider's tip, but everybody, you know, you got like, it's going to go down a little bit more. That is a bummer because I had it all figured out and now it's kind of wackadoo again. All right, we're just going to go ahead, and I think that's good. Now you can see me. All right. Wow, that is very close, and I don't know how I'm going to work here. Okay. You guys bear with me a little bit. This is a stinker. I'm not kidding. My camera is like right here. It's right down here. But I'm going to make do for today, and then I'm going to have to reconfigure everything again like we did the last time. I don't know why they changed these configurations. But anyway, I'm not complaining. Oh, thank you, Judy. Aren't they? I love these cards. They are so pretty and so easy to make. So if you recall the class, the pop-up class, you'll get the stamp set. If you already have the stamp set and you would like to get the class, you can get a different stamp set for $24 or less. Okay, so you can just let me know. But I think many of you don't have the stamp set just yet, just because it just came out. It just came out in March. So anyway, these are the 4 make and takes that you're going to get. So this particular class is not like my usual classes to go where it has a half a pack of paper and embellishments and everything. You are just getting the make and takes and the Thankful Garden. And you can create these cards by doing stamping. And this is what it looks like when you stamp your images, okay? So if you want to do these images here, we use the masks. And that was really fun. These are the masks that are an add-on. And a lot of people asked, can I get the masks and not, because I was offering the bundle for, the class is $28, plus if you need to have it shipped to you. And I was offering a special price on the bundle for $40, and I believe it was $40.75. Yes, $40.75. And that includes the dies right here, and the masks, okay? And these masks, there's 5 of them, 2 of them to make the leaves and 2 of them to give the details to the flowers. That is what we did last Friday. If you missed last Friday's Facebook Live, go ahead and check it out, because I showed you every which way you can use the mask and the dies and the stamps, and I'll show you that in just a second. So a lot of people were asking me, can I just get the masks? I don't really need the dies. Yes, you can get the masks with the class, and it would just be an extra $13, okay? So you're not going to pay any additional Stampin' Up! Shipping or handling or tax. You can also, if you'd rather just have the dies, and those are $35, or you can do them both for a bundled price of $40.75. So it's really a good deal to get them both, but that's totally up to you. Perhaps you just want the masks, because the masks are such a cool way to color in. And this is what we did with the masks last week. We colored in, and I showed you how to color in, we talked about the stamping blends, just using the stamping blends, using the stamps and the masks, okay? And then just using the masks only and not the stamps. And that's the way it looks for the hydrangea. And here's another look at the hydrangea. We actually did them in blue. This is stamps and masks and the masks only. So it's just like the stencils, okay? And then here is that little pretty, is it a wild rose maybe? Yeah, I'm going to go with the wild rose. I think I was calling it a Cosmo at first. It's a flower. Okay, stamps and blends, stamps and mask, or stamps or just the masks only and no stamps at all. So this is what you can achieve. I used one color. I used Melon Mambo and Garden Green. I used Blueberry Bliss and Garden Green. And for this one, I used Petunia Pop and Garden Green. Okay, so that is what you can do with just the stamps, or the stamps and the mask, or, the masks only. Okay, so this is what's going to be in the class for $28. Today I'm going to show you how to make a pretty little gift box. Very easy. We've made boxes before. But I thought, oh, this would make such a lovely little gift. And the paper comes from the Thankful Garden paper. Okay, and the Thankful Garden paper is, it's an online exclusive. I have used up pretty much all of it, so I can't really show it to you very well, but it has the beautiful flowers, and then it has a neutral background. What I got left is a lot of yellow and a lot of green, and so I can't really show you what is in the pack. You kind of saw it from the cards. And on Friday, I'm going to show you how to use these yellows and greens, even though they don't really match like the gift card package that I have. They are so pretty, and I wanted to use that. So we'll do that on Friday. And that is the Thankful Garden paper, and it is an online exclusive. And if you're, Blueberry Bushel. What did I say, Marcia? Did I say something different? I don't know. You know me. So anyway, What was I going to say? Oh, I just lost. Oh, these are the papers, you know, that are in the Thankful Garden. Oh, if you go online and you're at reneeconkey.stampinup.net and you don't remember what the paper is called, just put the word garden in the search bar, or put the word thankful in the search bar, and that will come up. So you can just be very random about what you put in there and you will get it, just as long as maybe one word is close. So let's go ahead and let me show you the gift box. And it's really a very easy gift box. And let me get my papers. Where did I go with those? Oh, I got them right here. Hang on. Okay, and I'm actually, I'm going to not jinx myself, but I'm actually a little bit organized today. We'll see. Okay, so for this, making this box, and I thought about using like doing the box and using a piece of the DSP for the box, but then you kind of get like a little bit of a flimsier box. It's not real strong. And we have that wonderful ultra thick white cardstock. And so I thought I'm going to do that because I'm keeping our box pretty simple. So I thought I would do that and then just put some paper on top, and I'll show you what I did with that because we're keeping the box fairly simple. Okay, so we have our 2 pieces of ultra thick white cardstock. I'm going to put the stamp set over here for now. And the top of the box will measure 7 1/8, 7 by 8 1/4. Okay, 7 by 8 1/4. And then the bottom is going to measure 7 3/4 by 9. So if you want to write that down, 7 by 8 1/4 and 7 3/4 by 9. All right, so let's start. We'll start with the bottom. And I need my paper trimmer. Hang on one second. This is going to be weird. You guys wouldn't believe how close my phone has to be today. I don't know. Maybe I have to do an update or something. But anyway, I did an update. I wonder if that's what happened. I did do an update on my phone, and I wonder if that's what switched everything. Oh, I hate that when they do that because they just do it automatically. Okay, this I'm going to kind of turn. Well, we'll be okay. All right, so you're going to score the bottom of your box at 1 1/2 on all sides. Okay, so we will do 1 1/2. So this box is super easy, super easy. 1 1/2. And you know, I kind of monkeyed around with it, and I got the top to be really nice and tight. So because I don't like it when the box tops are a little loose. So 1 1/2 on all 4 sides. Okay, we'll remove that, and let's just make the bottom of the box quickly. Let's see. Scissors. Hang on, I do need my scissors. I think I was walking. Oh, here they are. I knew I was walking around with them. Okay, so let's go ahead and do all our scoring. And get out a cleaner boner folder. Here we go. Clean bone folder. Excuse me. And the ultra thick is so nice because it just really holds up those thick score lines really well. So we're just going to cut at the 4 corners just like we always do for a box. This will make a beautiful, like a Mother's Day present, or, you know, any kind of springtime gift. As in any box, we always kind of clip out those corners on the little tabs that get folded, and then it just makes it crisper looking, and you don't have that big So it's just on the outside tabby thing. And you can use tear and tape. I'm going to use green glue. And these tabs will just get folded in. Okay. And I like green glue for making boxes because then you know it's really going to stay put. And like I said, I'm working with my phone very close. So I'm going to have to adjust how I do things here today. So put some green glue on it, hold it for about 10 seconds. It will like to slide. Okay. Little green glue, not a lot. But the green glue holds these boxes together, and you can see already how nice and sturdy this ultra thick cardstock is. Okay. Hold that one in too. And we'll go like that. And you can do a whole lot of things to make the bottom of the box look really pretty. I mean, you know, you could put extra designer series paper on the bottom of your box. Boxes are really fancy nowadays. So I'm just holding that, you know, so like this is, I think this is a piece of designer series paper, but you could put that in the bottom of your box. And, you know, it just kind of like, remember when we used to, I mean, I still do, but when we used to line our drawers, and you'd always have that really pretty little fragrant drawer lining for your drawers in your bedroom, and, you know, that like the lavender liners and things like that. We always line their drawers. I still do. So anyway, but you could make it look really pretty on the bottom, but we're just going to leave it white today. I can erase that B. I just did that just so I would not get confused when I was making the box today with you guys. So you know how I get confused. All right, we got the top. And remember, the top measured 7 by 8 1/4. And this, we are going to score at 1 1/8 on all 4 sides. Okay, let me pull my trimmer down so you can see. And I am going to like the right with anything that's like 1 inch or 1 1.25 inches, and I have to do it on all sides. Go to the right, and it just kind of makes it a little easier to score. So on all 4 sides, 1 1/8 inch. Okay, 2 more to go. And the 1/8 inch is the halfway point before the quarter. And hopefully I did this correct. You know how sometimes things don't. I'm going to go this way because I'm going to cover that up. There. This is so weird having this phone so down. I'll have to refigure everything out again. There we go. Okay, so same way, you're just going to clip your corners here. And okay, and then we're going to clip those tabs in. And then the next step, because like I said, I wanted to decorate the top of the box with designer series paper, and I thought this would be kind of a cool look because we're just keeping the box very simple. Okay, so these are going to get tucked in, but I'm going to decorate it with a piece of the designer series paper, you know, to coordinate with our cards. And this paper measures 6 by 7. All right, And it is going to fit on my paper, on my cover, just like that. So either I can do it right now, or I can do it after it's folded, because it's going to go on the sides, and I think I'm going to do it after it's folded just to make sure that it is the correct length. Because anytime you hand make something, you can be off by like 1/16 of an inch, and you would have that little bit of cardstock hanging over, or I mean a little bit of designer series paper hanging over. I don't want that. So I'm gonna put glue on both edges now, and we're gonna go ahead and tuck that up and hold it at the same time, because you know how to make a box. And the ultra thick white is so nice and strong. We've made boxes out of designer series paper, or even the cardstock works well. I will say the cardstock works well, but this is really particularly nice. So we are going to do this, and we will put this like this and add a little bit of, and I made sure that the box cover is tight, because I don't like it when the box cover is really loose. Okay. And then after this, we'll get to that fun fold. Oh, that's such a cute card. I'm going to make more of those. I like that card. But I thought this is great for your projects here. So let's let that dry. And before I put it on my box bottom, just to make sure that it's completely dry. So like I said, remember this is 6 by 7. And then I scored each side at 1 1/8. I scored each side at 1 1/8, and that's going to fit my box cover perfectly. Okay, I just measured my box cover, and I thought, oh, that just looks kind of pretty, and it comes down the edges, but it's leaving some white on the side. Hi, Mary. Welcome. So let's get this fold nice and crisp, because I think it's going to be perfect. Okay, and this you can use adhesive, or you can do the green glue. I think I'm going to do, let's try adhesive. I want it really to be all the way on the edges. Okay, and we'll add some in the middle here. And then you just got to be a little careful when you're putting it on. But you can just get it on the edge. Nope. And I wasn't. Let's see, that's the only thing about adhesive. It sticks. Hang on, I got it right here, but I got to peel it off a little bit. Maybe use the glue, because the glue, it peels off right away. You know what I mean? The glue doesn't set. And it's kind of hard to see with my camera being so low. Here, let's do this. I'm going to do it on the side. Do it flush like that. There we go. Okay, that looks good. How does that look? That looks great. Okay, and then we got it all on the sides. And it's just kind of pretty. And now let's say a little prayer that it fits. I have made boxes online here, and all of a sudden, oh, nope, they don't fit. And for whatever reason, you do it 1,000 times before, but look at that, fits perfect. That's awesome. Okay, we got it. We are good to go. Oopsie, I hit the camera, sorry. So here is our box. And then we can put our cards inside with the envelopes. I gotta get that little bee out of there though. For the, you know, like I said, you can always just put a little piece of paper in there. I probably should have put the bee on the bottom. Where is my cards that oh, here, for the class. And, you know, of course you'll get envelopes with the cards. So you'll have your 4 cards and envelopes, and you can probably even fit a couple more in there. So this would make a lovely gift. Okay, now let's just jazz it up just a little bit. All right, we are going to take some ribbon, and like I said, I know I hope this is, but this box is not included in the class. It's just the 4 cards, but I wanted to show you extra things that you can do, extra things that you can make with the Thankful Garden stamp set. And then if you'd like to purchase paper or get the bundle in addition, you know, that's all, you know, an option. So anyway, we're going to use this pretty little ribbon that comes in the Thankful Garden suite. And it is like a 1/8 of an inch velvet ribbon. It's like a velvet fuchsia ribbon. And so we're just going to take a length of that, and we will tie a bow, and then I'll make a little gift tag. And we can tie our bow in the middle. I can tie it right up here towards the top. I think I will tie it off to the okay, we can trim that a little bit. Got that little pretty ribbon in there. Okay, and then I have, we're going to make a tag. And these are the dies. Well, first of all, the leaf die comes from the dies with the bundle. And where did I go? Oh, here it is. The leaf die is this standalone die right here with the bundle. And I'll show you more about that in a little bit. And then these guys are those brand new textured note dies that I was telling you about. They're a new online exclusive. They're called the textured note dies. And I showed them to you, oh, this was like maybe 10 days ago on when I was doing a preview of all the new online products. And they're all like the nested or the, I'm trying to blank, those stitched nested dies that we have. But anyway, there's different patterns in there, all different rectangles. Very cool. Very, very useful. And as a matter of fact, I use those on the cards. There's 2 of them that will have these stitched dies as, you know, the layer on top. Guess I didn't tell you that. But anyway, we're going to use, and I'm just using the stamp set today. You could make this for a birthday. You could make this for Mother's Day. I'm just going to use Thankful for You Friend. I decided I'm just going to stick with the products in the stamp set for these samples so you can see all what you can do. But of course, you can use other greetings. And we'll use the Thankful for You Friend. I'll put that right on there. Hi, Diane. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. And I just used Petunia Pop because I like a darker color than sometimes than what we're using. I think I'm going to just add that right there directly on. Or maybe do I want to add the leaves underneath? Oh yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll do that. Hang on. So I'm going to add these leaves, and I wasn't sure how, I just thought about it like 2 seconds before I got on that I'd like to add these leaves to this tag. We're using them for the card, but I thought, oh, they'd be kind of nice on the tag too. So this is cut out in Granny Apple Green, and then I'm just going to add some Garden Green because Garden Green is the color that is in the paper, but I wanted that little bit of a contrasting. So I'm just going to sponge some Garden Green on there. And let's just take a couple off the bottom there, and we'll leave that on there. So let's put those guys on here. And we can put this right over the top. And now I'm going to pop them up. And we can just put a couple more up here too if we wanted to. I don't know if I'm going to. I think I'll just leave it like that. Okay, and we'll bring our box back, and we can put it like that. We could put it over the ribbon, but you know, if you put it over the ribbon, then it'll come off. Let's see. I kind of do like that. So I think what I'm going to do, I want to put it over the ribbon, but I'm going to pop it up, and then that ribbon can go slide right through the pop-ups, you know, because we'll place it right over there so the pop-ups are not touching the ribbon. And then if your recipient opens it, you know, and wants it, you know, has to slide that ribbon off, you can do it no problem. You can just kind of, well, maybe not, but, you know, she can just undo the ribbon and then just slide it off. So look at how pretty that looks. Wouldn't that be a lovely gift? Thankful for you, friend. You could put Happy Mother's Day. You could put Happy Easter if you wanted to bring whoever's hosting Easter a little gift, and then have that nice little assortment of cards for a little hostess gift. Let's see. Let's add a couple little gems. And I'm going to use my gems that I still have from Celebration because I love them so, and I will be very, very sad to see them retire. I mean, to be all used up. Let's add a little. There. Adds just that a little bit of extra shimmer and shine. So when they open it up, they can just open up their little tie, pull that envelope out there, or pull that string through, and then they can open up their box and take out their cards. So I love that. I love that. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it too, because I wasn't sure. It was kind of in my head, and I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. So thank you, because I did not make one ahead of time. I just made a plain white box, and I wasn't sure how I was going to decorate it. But boy, I think that is just adorable. Very crisp and clean and nice. So like I said, those are the textured note dies. We're going to have a lot of fun with these in upcoming things. So let's take this, and then I am going to, let's do the card. Ooh, geez Louise, we're running long, but that's okay. All right, so the card. This is the card I'm going to make, and I did make it ahead of time because I wanted to show you, and it opens up like that. So it's kind of like a little 3 trifoldy kind of thing, and it's put together with a little mechanism there, little pop-up mechanism. And once again, it is the ultra thick white, so it is a nice sturdy card, but it just looks so pretty for your recipient when they open it. And you could even put another little, well, maybe not, we'll place the flower in a different location so you can write your little, you know, thoughts there. You always have to sign your card. So anyway, let me show you this. There's a lot of pieces. Hi, Jane. Welcome. There's a lot of pieces here, so don't get overwhelmed. It'll be okay. I'll try and get this on my blog this weekend. So, and I'll put it on the Facebook page so I can refer you to it. Okay, I'm going to do it in blue because I wanted to do one in hydrangea too. So, we have this piece, and let me get out my cheat sheet for my measurements. All right. And I'm going to go kind of in order and keep them together so it makes it a little bit easier. But I have a piece of ultra thick white, and that is 5.5 by 8.5. Okay. And then I have this background piece, and this is balmy blue, and that is, let's see, I'm going to look at my cheat sheet just so I can get the measurements right. The balmy blue is 5.25 by 4. 5.25 by 4. And then the designer series paper that goes over it is 1/8 of an inch smaller. So that is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And like I said, I will put these measurements on there because this is a lot to remember. All right, so then you are going to need 2 balmy blue, And those measure, let's see, I gotta get to the right thing. Those measure 5 1/4 by 1 7/8. So you're going to need 2 of those, 5 1/4 by 1 7/8. And then you will need the floral paper, and that measures 5 1/8 by 1 3/4. 5 1/8 by 1 3/4. And then I have just a neutral black and white, whether you're using the polka dots or the leaves or the whatever from the Thankful Garden. And that is 5 1/8 by 1 3/4. Okay. Then let's do this. Let's put that card together, and then I'm going to give you the next 3 measurements because I don't want to overwhelm you. So let's put the basic part of the card together, because this is an awesome card just to do for anything, you know. So you are going to score this at, let me see, I just want to make sure. You're going to score your card at 2, oh, I need my double glasses, hang on. You're going to score it at 2 1/8 and at 4 1/4. So 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. So it's just, you know, kind of a little Z fold. All right. Still need my glasses for Z folds. And we'll get out our bone folder. Especially with the ultra thick white, because that is thick. Okay, we can put our card together, and you'll see, you know, if you get all those measurements at once, it's like you're gonna go, oh, Renee, this is too much. Well, it's not. It's really, really easy. So that's why I want to put the card together first, and then we'll go to the detail. Okay, and then this will go on the inside of our card. And I'm really kind of all about white cards again. I haven't done white cards in forever. And I don't know, there's just something real fresh about them. Okay, so we got that. We can put this together. I get my adhesive roll in here. And this together. Look how pretty that yellow is. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to making some of those little yellow cards. The yellow and green. It's like daffodil and garden green. And I think it's a really pretty combination. So we will put that there. And then we will put this guy. And this guy really he needs to get stuck on big time, because he's where that mechanism is going to stick on. So you could even use green glue for that. This too, this needs to get punched down just a little bit more. So I'm going to add a little green glue in there. There we go. Okay, so let's do the mechanism, because I think that's probably the thing you're thinking, ew, mechanisms, you know, I don't want to do that. It's okay. Okay, so like I said, here's the little mechanism to make the pop-up card. Okay, and that is double glasses. Thank you. I can't read my own writing here. Okay, that little mechanism is 3 inches by 2 1/4. Okay, so 3 by 2 1/4, and we are going to score it at 3/4 of an inch, 3/4, 1 1/2, and 2 1/4. So 3/4, 1 1/2, and 2 1/4. So basically, it's folded in half and then, you know, in half. So it's just making a little rectangle box. All right. And then we'll get everything nice and sticky. All right, and so this little box is going to go in our fold, okay? And it's really easy to do. You're just going to stick it where you want your card to go on this panel here, okay? And you want to have it so it's in the crease. You really want to have it right on that crease there. So it's just a shade off of the background paper, if that kind of makes sense. And we are only going to put adhesive on the two open sides. Okay, so I'm going to put adhesive right here and adhesive right here. Even though I'm going to be laying it down like that, I'm only putting adhesive on this. Okay, that's very important. You don't want it to be sticking down because then it's not going to be a mechanism. All right, so we are going to put green glue. And if you guys hate green glue, get your tear and tape out. Okay, and we're going to stick it right into that fold and pretty much right into the center of our card. Okay, so stick it down there. Remember, I didn't stick that up there. Nope, nope, nope. Don't do that. Just stick that one down there. And then you're going to go ahead and put green glue just on that other open side. That's, it's kind of open. Just so I can show you, that's on the inside, right? And put the green glue there. And the green glue really holds this in place. You can just take your card and just fold it right over, okay? You don't want to get the green glue all over though. I mean, so be careful that you're not getting it all over your edges and whatnot. Hold it in place for like 10 seconds, you don't want to pull it apart or anything. Okay, and then that's when you have that little pop-up box on the inside and it's not going to pull off. Okay, so that's what we want. Now we can get our other pieces out. Okay, oh, I love this. This is going to be so pretty. Oh, good. I'm so glad when things turn out. Okay, I have 2 layers here. All right, and I have the balmy blue. Okay, and my balmy blue is going to measure, this one is going to be 5, no, that is not going to be that. Hang on. Nope. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I got it now. I'm sorry. I was kind of confused for a moment there. My balmy blue, I couldn't read my own writing here, is 4.5 by 3. 4.5 by 3. And then the basic white that goes over it is 4 3/8 by 2 7/8. So it's just that 1/8 of an inch, and I know that 1/8 of an inch always kind of gives us a chill in our spine, but that's okay. Okay, and then this one is going to be 4 by 3. And then this is 3 7/8 by 2 7/8, the white. 3 7/8 by 2 7/8. 4 3/8 by 2 7/8. The balmy blue is 4 by 3. And the balmy blue, the bigger one, is 4.5 by 3. Okay, so it is going to be good. It is going to be okay. All right, let's, I gotta clean my stamp a little bit here. And we are going to add a hydrangea on here and then a little something on here as well. So, you know what, for easy sakes today, I am going to do, make it a thank you card. I could do something different, but I'm not. I'm just going to do a thank you card. So I'm going to put my thank you all the way up here. Okay. And then I think I'll add my with love later on. Now, we want to decorate this, so we can go ahead and put this together. I feel confident in the stamping part. And we're going to use hydrangeas that have already been made. We're going to use the hydrangeas that we made last Friday. So that will make it a little easy, but we're going to get them and we're going to cut them out using the dies. So I wanted to show you a couple little features of using the dies. And this is not going to be easy with my camera down low, but we're going to go with the flow here. All right. So got our cutting mats. Oh, we got our big shot here. And I'm going to use these dies. And the first one I want to cut out is I'm going to do this little standalone die. And we are going to cut this out of some Granny Apple Green. So let me just get a chunk of Granny Apple here real quick. Okay, and we will put that on our plate because we're going to do it all at once. Why not? Okay. And then, you know, I showed you those ones that we made last Friday. Yep, Linda, you can just watch from the beginning. It is here. Okay, so we're going to cut the ones that I used. And this one, I'm going to cut out a little 3-flower thing that comes in the dies. And this, I'm going to cut out the whole thing. So let's go ahead and do this one first. And we're just going to have to go back and do the other one. So this will line up. Right? Do I have my right? Nope, I don't even have the right die. What am I doing? That was for the flower. This will line up right here. And I have to show it to you this way because I can't show it to you on the big shot here or on the thing because my camera is like 3 inches from the table. Okay, so you see how those dies line up, and then we got those cut out. Let's cut out those real quick, and then I'll show you how to cut out those 3 little flowers. I gotta move. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Oh, Facebook. Oh, Apple phones. Why do you change things on me? Okay, so we have this little guy. Look at those pretty little leaves. And that's like the leaves that we cut out on the tag, but they're different. They're different shapes. So it's really nice to have that little additional standalone. And here's our pretty hydrangea cut out. And you don't want the dies, that's fine. You can cut the hydrangea out on your own. You know, you might have your own leaves, you know, so it's all good, you know. But the mass are really something that you really would want to have in addition. So this lines up. You know what? I got to remember how it lines up. Forgive me. It's a little 3 die thing, and it lines up with the little flowers. And I only did it once before, so I don't remember which flowers they line up with. There they are. See? And then you can cut out those 3 little flowers out of that beautiful hydrangea. I know you're going, why? Well, save these leaves, save the other flowers for another card, okay? Don't get rid of that. That is precious after your hard work. Okay, so, but it looks really pretty with what we're going to do it with. Yeah, Linda, I know I probably kind of goofed everybody up by being on a different time and a different day, but that's just kind of the way my life rolls right now. So look we got these 3 little pretty flowers, and we're going to match those up with the leaves. Very cool. Oh, very cool. And like I said, don't throw this out. You got extra flowers right here. You have these extra leaves that you can pop on or plunk them in another spot. That's valuable commodity here. So yeah, don't throw those out. All right, let's bring this card home. All right, so this guy is going to go right on top of here, and he's going to get placed right there. Okay, so you can decide how you want to do it. I'm going to add the with love because I think anytime we make a card, we are always making it with love in mind, even though it might not be, you know, it's okay. Well, maybe I'm speaking too soon because where is my love? It's a big, I put it on a big block. Here we go. And I'm gonna clean it off. So we will add her with love. We could have done this in Blueberry Bushel. I should have done that in Blueberry Bushel. That would have been very striking. I could still do it. I think I will. I don't think I can go over the Thankful Friend, but the Blueberry Bushel will really pop. Yep, like it lots better. Lots better. Okay. This one I'll probably change later. Okay, let's put this together. Now, you could do these 3 flowers and you can just add them on there and give your card a little depth and texture, you know, and you could add a couple more and just pop them out. But we're not going to do that today. Maybe we'll do that. I don't know. We'll do that someday. Let's get out some. I lost my big dimensionals, you know me. So we can pop this up. Oh, there's a little piece that has to pop out. There we go. And we can just put this right over the top here. Okay, and then this. Let's get out our little garden green pad and let's sponge some garden green and give it a little texture and interest. And just to give you a little forewarning, you know, I'll be on, I believe it will be 11 o'clock and something crazy happens, but it probably will be like today where it's just a little bit longer. Okay, and we'll add these little flowers and we'll just add them right here to the bottom. Doesn't that look kind of cute? Just kind of really adds a little something to them. Or you could add them going up this way. I think we will go like that. So let's pop those up. I'll be here all day if I use the little ones. We will tuck those in, and you know me, I have to pop everything up. Okay, and we'll pop this up. And then we will save this leaf. We can tuck this leaf in up here. We could put that leaf right into there. We could add it. No, I think I might even, I don't know if I'll even add it. I did it with the other card, but I don't know if I need it there. I'll save it. I'm going to put it in my box and save it. Look how pretty that looks. Let's put it all together. So this guy is going to go in the front here, but I'm going to put the one on the inside first because, oh, that's not going to work. He's not going to work sticking out like that, Renee. Okay, I got to move him. I didn't even think of that. He has to get folded in. So we're going to take our leaves. We'll take our flowers, go like this. And then we'll take our leaves and just go like that. There. We had to just switch it up because you know what? If it was hanging over, it would interfere in the folding of the card. See, we learned something together. Okay, so this is going to go on here just like that. And it's pretty much going to go right in the center. So get out your green glue because you want that card to stick on there. And put the glue onto the mechanism. Okay, and then place your mechanism or place your card where you want it to go. And that's where it's going to go. Might be a little bit off, but that's okay. We go with the flow here. Okay, hold it in place. 10 seconds. So it really sticks on there. And now this one we can just stick on, and we're going to put, I don't know, maybe like halfway. There we go. And that is going to go right in the middle. Like that, so it's kind of layered. Okay, you can kind of see that. and like that. All right. And then your card is going to, oh, look how pretty that is with those blue hydrangeas. I really like that. I like that a lot. Let's get out a couple little sequins here, and we'll just use the white ones here. We can add a couple little whiteys here. Add a nice one right up here. There, just to give it a little shimmer and a little shine. You still have room to, look how beautiful that is. And look how beautiful that leaf is. And that's leaves that come with the dies. So I think, you know, if you purchase the bundle and you saved all that extra because we can bundle it and there's no shipping and handling and tax, I think it's really kind of a good purchase. So this can go into our beautiful box of cards too, as well as the pink one. And the pink card, the pink one is the one that we made last Friday as well. So we used the ones that we didn't cut out, or the ones that we didn't use the stamps, and then the ones that we did use the stamps. And I mixed and matched them. Why not? Same thing here. One's without the stamps, one with the stamps. So you can mix, match, and do all sorts of things. And we can add that to our pretty little box. And I'll show you, you know, opening the box, and then they can just open it like that and just take it off like that. So, and then we have our little cards. Let me show you real quick, and I won't keep you anymore. For this blue one and this fuchsia one, for the balmy blue and the blueberry bushel, I use those textured note dies. And then I did not feel like I needed a layer of color underneath, you know, so I just had the stitching on there, where these ones, these two other ones, they did not have the stitching, and so then I added a little bit of a layer of color, if that makes sense. But when you have that stitching, you don't need that extra color under there. So I just wanted to point that out. Those are the textured note dies that are in the online exclusive. So put this in there. You can put your, this will be a big box of cards if you choose to make those. And we'll just tuck that in there and bring it all around, and we can just tie it off. So thank you so much again for joining me today. Thank you for being flexible with the time. I hope it was worth it. And I will see you at Friday at 11, barring that anything else happens. But I want to show you cards using that beautiful yellow, the yellows and the garden greens. And you know what else, you guys? If you would like to, you can totally add on a pack of the paper. The paper is, the Thankful Garden paper is $12.50. Like I said, it doesn't come with the initial card kit, like, you know, the regular classes to go, because you're getting the stamp set. So if you want to add on the paper, it won't charge you any shipping or handling and tax, and it can go right into your box of goodies if you do choose to do this class. I am going to be sending out an email. Oh, geez, Louise. I have had a crazy week. It's just been nonstop, but I'll get my email out, and then that will have all the information on there, and I'll also put that information on the Facebook page and on my blog post. So thanks again, ladies, for joining me. You guys take care. Have a good couple days, and I'll see you Friday morning. Okay, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you then. Thanks again. Blah, blah, blah. Thanks again.